go along with it.
Smash your teeth in. Intelligence arms are after me.
Leave me alone, you idiot.
Piece of stinking
Of
Phil. The National Security Council of the White House, both parties.
I know.
Go ahead, jackass.
I'm tired of your crap.
All I can say is we've been shadow banned for a year and a half. And quite frankly, it's only made us stronger when it comes to the core base of InfoWars listeners taking action. But it has not allowed us to reach a lot of new people. That's why you have to understand now that InfoWars is the most censored program in the world because we know the truth. And the Chi-Coms want us off the air. The EU is fining Google, Facebook, Twitter for, quote, hate speech, whatever they define it, totally anti-American. Secret groups report you. They never tell you what it is. So they're putting multi-billion-dollar fines on these companies from one end. And then China's saying you want to merge with us and have tax exemption from the other end. You got to take the Patriots off.